Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. If you don't know me, my name is Duamel Bentley, and as you can see, honey, Mama's been preparing off camera a little bit because I want the focus today to be partial face and eyes. We're gonna be working with specifically, excuse me, we have janitorial services sweeping in the bag, honey. They're giving me payback because I was sweeping in one of his videos, so he's coming after me. Now, if you want to see more of Felipe or me, of the Bentleys coming after each other, honey, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the craziness. We'll pretend it's a mouse or something, because honey, I'm baking and time is of the essence. So, can I help you with something? Yes? No? So what we're talking about today, the brand is Ofra. Guys, Ofra is one of these brands that just makes me... Ofra Cosmetics is one of my favorite brands. In general, I love all of their products. I've actually had the pleasure of receiving some of their products in BoxyCharm, and I've also went out and I purchased some of the products. They have incredible products, and we're gonna be talking all about that today. Like I said, we will be doing face, so we'll be doing blush and contour, kind of bronzing aspect with them, because we have this palette here. This is the Good To Go Mini Mix palette. So cool. First and foremost, let's appreciate the design. Please excuse it. As you can see, she's well loved. I've had this for a while now and I wanted to bring it to you guys sooner, but the reality of the case is that I think it's such a cool brand that I love how they interact with people in general, the customer. They have such a good customer service sense. For influencers, they're also really careful and mindful. I mean, I have a positive relationship with them, and I'm not saying this to kiss anybody's ass, but the truth is the truth, and I think you guys know that I personally look for products that are quality, good pricing, and you know that the company is a good standard moving forward, and they're definitely that. I think that they're very embracive, and I think that they're really interesting products in general. So let's talk about the Mini Max palette. Oh my gosh, let's open it up. The first thing you see when you open this up, it says "Smile, you are beautiful," which I think it's so cute. I love the fact that it has that message and there's no mirror, because honestly, who needs a mirror nowadays? You know, on a palette, the reality is that we invest on different mirrors, and you know, nobody really does that unless it's like on the go kind of situation. Now, this is the color selection that comes off when you first purchase this palette. What I love about this palette in particular is that you can customize however, whenever, with whatever. You can definitely do, you know, products within their line and without their line as well once you're done with them. Let's talk a little bit of the eyeshadows. So we have 3 matte shadows here. Some of them have a little speck of glitter, like for example, this top one right here. The name of the shades is actually going to be in the back. As you can see here, you have a good amount of colors here where you can create something that's a little bit more fun, or you can also create something that's a little bit more glamorous, but definitely very wearable aspects. I really love that you come, you know, with a blush, and it also comes with a bronzer. So cute. They have 2 metallics, actually 3 metallics, and what would be considered 3 mattes, and then they have the iconic, I call it the what's that term? Napolitan? The 3 flavors, but this one has 4 flavors, and you can either use one or the other, or you can swirl and really create something unique and of your own. And oh my gosh, you guys, I love these products. I love the highlighters. They should come with caution because they're so bright, it's crazy. So definitely a little bit of this will go a very long way, and we'll show all of that today in the video. Something that I really like about these guys is that they are reusable. So it's great for the planet, it's great for the atmosphere. You can take out the pan and then, you know, just put it back in, either buy a replacement online of your preference, or you can replace it, you know, with whatever other, you know, pot you might have that will fit in there really, really well. I want to read you the grams of the blush and all of the shadows that we have here. I took notes, girl, because we're gonna break it down today. So the blush is 4 grams, bronzer is 4 grams, the multi-tone highlight is 10 grams, which is gonna last you forever. We also have the 3 metallics, those are 2 grams, and then we have the 3 satin matte shadows, and those are 2 grams as well. So I mean, this is really, really lovely sizing of product. Again, this will last you a very long time. Love the fact that it's reusable, and I absolutely love the fact that they have this. It's featuring one of their best-selling highlighters. Incredible. So let's do this. Let's start doing something. I'm thinking to myself, like, I really want to try that aqua, but I don't know if I want to try it like in my inner corner, or if like I want to do like a baby little natural cut crease. Girl, I don't know. Let's just do it. I'm gonna start off. I have primed my lids already. I normally prime my lids with the Paint Pot from MAC. I have a couple of other primers, but I'm still working through that. I started doing my own makeup with that one, and it kind of has like a soft spot in my heart. However, I have primed a little bit, not too much, and I'm gonna go in with this kind of butterscotch type of tone. They do have a little bit of fallout, however, just pick out the shade and then just, you know, stamp it out. It should be fine, but the color payoff, guys, it's just so nice. Like, I am very, very surprised at the fact that I consider them almost like an indie brand. I mean, they're not, they're larger, 100% larger than that. You know, they sell, you can find them in Ulta, Ulta.com. They have a larger selection in Ulta.com. In Ulta stores, it's a little bit limited. You'll find a couple of highlighters, a couple of exclusives that they've made for Ulta. And then, you know, most definitely you can go into their website and check them out there. So, I mean, there's different places where you can go and get these guys at. But I was really surprised because I didn't know much about them until I started receiving them in BoxyCharm. And then I started talking to them, kind of creating a small, I don't want to say a relationship, but definitely a small back and forth, possibly a relationship. Hopefully one day we get to work with a brand like So, because I love their mission and I love what they're going after. I love the fact that they celebrate different states and different shapes of beauty. They're very interactive with customers and, you know, influencers, which is really, really nice. I have a lot of companies that I lost admiration for, if I'm quite honest with you, because everybody starts from nothing, right? Well, not everybody, but most of people, they start from nothing. And I would think that people would be a little bit more supportive and understanding of, I'm gonna turn this way so you guys can kind of see a little bit better what I'm doing. A little bit more supportive, a little bit more understanding of, you know, up and coming influencers or just public in general. And these guys do it right. Like, they do a really beautiful job with their products, and they also do a beautiful job maintaining a beautiful relationship with the customer, which makes me very, very happy. The product also blends really, really well. It's very pigmented, but it also just creates a nice little seamlessness to the pigment, which is just very, very nice. I absolutely have enjoyed using these eyeshadows for the longest time because, again, they just work so well. Again, pack off excess. I'm just building, you know, pigment, making sure that we have the look mapped out. So now I'm gonna go in with this lovely terracotta type of tone. I really, really enjoy those kind of warm reddish tones. I think this is just really, really nice. And as you can see here, just by kind of packing and blending, it's there. It's very rich, very pigmented. It doesn't really fade away when you're buffing, which I really, really love that. So now I'm gonna go back in with the buffing brush, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the lightest shade, which is this one right here. It's kind of like this nice little cream type of tone with the same brush, because I definitely want to create that medium turn between the kind of terracotta and the nude that we have going on. And you can start seeing how it starts to grade, but almost in a very, very seamless manner. I really, again, I'm just so surprised of how lovely these shades are. I will say though, they definitely do have fallout. As you can see here, I prepped my skin adequately for that. Fallout, in my opinion, it's not a bad thing. It's just a matter of, you know, kind of working the shadow to the best of your capability and understanding what can you do with the actual shadow. But, you know, they definitely have some fallout for sure. And now I'm just gonna go back in again, a little bit with the red terracotta type of tone, and just re-intensify the little bits of areas here, because I definitely want that little terracotta tone to really be enhanced and really make its own mark. But again, I will say something that I really like about them is that they're very easy to blend. It doesn't matter which shade we're going with and what we're using, like they are just nice. They work together so well. I know a lot of their products are actually liquid baked to the solid form, like a lot of their highlighters. That's why they're so intense. I don't know if their matte shadows are baked as well, or their glimmers. I'm assuming so, because definitely they have that down so patted and so well that I'm assuming that they're gonna be, you know, also baked to perfection, because honestly they do a really nice job. Again, I'm not here to up anybody's game. It's just a matter of the truth. Like, this is a really good product, and I haven't really seen a lot of people using this, and I feel like they definitely have their cult following. But I feel like if I can bring this up to you guys and say, hey, support this brand because it looks incredible, it works incredible, their customer service is phenomenal, like, why not, right? All right, now that we've had kind of the base set where we have the dimension, we are extending, we still have to blend the edges a little bit. I wanna make sure that it's as smooth and as possible as we can make it. I'm gonna go in with a flat packing brush. I have a little trick that I wanna show you. You can grab any setting spray. I'm gonna be using the Morphe one. Spray the back of your hand with it, and then just kind of use your brush. What I like to do is I like to go in first with the wet brush on my lid to almost act as if it was a glue. Okay, and then I'm gonna re-wet the brush, and I'm thinking that I wanna do, I really wanna do that green. I don't know if like that'll clash too much with this color scheme. Let's see here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Would that look cute? I don't think so. Let's play it a little safer-y. Let's do it. So I'm just gonna grab the green. And I'm excited to try this green. I actually have been saving it just for the video. And I'm just gonna go into, ooh, baby. Excuse me, I am sorry, what? This is so creamy. Hello? This is so good. Wow, okay. Okay, so there's the green. We're gonna blend in a second here, but on first impressions, this is gliding on like a dream. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just pat in some more color. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the other side, which is where we had the terracotta, and just kind of blend it, make sure that this guy is working for us, not against us. So I'm gonna go on the other eye now. I mean, for this to not have a concealer base or anything like that, it's really rich. Like, it's really rich in pigment. It's actually really, really nice. Going back in with the terracotta side, no more product added. I'm just blending the edges of where the green and the terracotta meets. Now, this is looking pretty good. You can see here, there's a good reflection there. I'm just gonna soften out a little bit of where the edge is, because I want it to be a cut crease style, but I also want it to be a little bit more seamless and natural, which of course the color selection we're doing is super seamless and super natural, but girl, you know what I'm saying. So grabbing a little bit more of the green. This green is like almost a teal aqua marine. It's like delicious. It's very sea foam. And most importantly, very, very functional. Now, what I'm going to do to create a little bit of transition, I'm just gonna go in with the kind of orange tone, which is this guy right here. And again, as you can see here, definitely the fallout is a little bit intense if you're pressing hard. And I'm just gonna go in between where the green is and the terracotta. I just wanna blend, create a little bit more of a seamlessness between the two shades. All right, this is actually looking really cute. Great. So what I want to do also is I want to go in with a little bit of the pink with the green. I feel like those guys would work really, really nice together. I'm just gonna go in and kind of create a little bit of dimension. Not that it needs literally anything to make it shinier, but the pink from the highlighter is just so beautiful. I had to throw a little bit in here. All right, so this is what this is looking like so far. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go in on the bottom here. I'm gonna continue the kind of path, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna be using both the actual terracotta and the kind of caramely orangey tone, but I also wanna incorporate a little bit of the bronzer shade because it's a great, nice brown shade that I think it's gonna work for everything and everybody. Let me just grab a brush. Perfect, just what I needed. So I'm gonna start off with the terracotta because that's kind of like the deepest one. And I'm just gonna go on the bottom of my lash line. And again, these are so pigmented, it's just like, girl. All right, now that we have that going, I'm gonna go in with the brown shade and we're gonna just kind of smoke that out a little bit with the same brush as well, because I wanna kind of create the gradient, but I also wanna keep the richness of that beautiful terracotta tone. Great. And then last but not least, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a different brush and smoke out the bottom lash line. I'm trying to see here. Perfect, I got the right brush right here, right now. And I'm just gonna go in with both the terracotta, I'm gonna go in with the orange shade here, and I'm gonna mix it in with a little bit of that natural shade, pack excess off, and I'm just gonna smoke it out completely. So I'm just gonna make sure there's not a lot of product left on the brush that we originally started this whole process in. I'm feeling very spicy, very Moroccan vibes, and I'm just gonna kind of create a little bit of smoothness between the outer edge and where the eye starts. Just to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines going out. You can start seeing here how it's just softening everything out really nicely. Happy with the blend. Everybody's a little bit different. Some people don't like to blend as much, some people do, some people like to go more. All up to you. What you can do is re-intensify any pigment color that might have blended too much. Like for example, again, I want to reinforce the kind of terracotta type of tone. So I'm gonna go back in a little bit with the terracotta shade with the small brush. Tap excess. And just reinforce, as you can see here, just by reinforcing it, this eye just looks a little bit more sultry, a little bit more sexy. This one just looks a little bit more natural. So reinforcing it is just gonna make everything look more tight together. All right, guys, so this is kind of like the eyeshadow. Let me put the blush on because the blush is gonna be part here. Let me grab a blush brush. So this doesn't have to be exactly a blush brush. You can use whatever you feel most comfortable with. This is a Sonia Kashuk brush, so nice. They're actually really sturdy and really great. And I'm gonna go in with this blush shade right here. Just pick up the product very generously. I will say that the blush and the bronzer, they're not gonna be as loosely pressed or as loosely baked as the eyeshadows. So there's the products right there, tapping a little bit of the excess, and I like to stamp my blush on. you can start seeing that it starts to build very, very gently and very nicely. It's a very, very forgiving blush, which is really nice for anybody who gets a little intimidated by using blush. So we're just gonna go again on this other side here. Go in for a second layer because you can start seeing build the pigment, but I wanna kind of push it just a little bit more. Again, picked up excess here. Again, just very, very seamless, very beautiful, very wearable, which is super, super important. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on with the bronzer shade here. I have a buffing brush, doesn't have to be specifically any, just anything you prefer to kind of buff away and apply your bronzer / contour shades. All right, guys, so as you can see here, the blush and the bronzer, they're both very forgiving. You can definitely see where, you know, they create more of a chiseledness, they create a little bit more of structure to your face, but without being excessively intimidating or anything like that. So let me do this. Let me put my lashes on because I'm feeling a little naked. Do my eyebrows and we'll continue with the rest of the face. I will be right back. All right, you guys, so I have my lashes on. I just did a little bit of a clean, little creamy moment underneath my eyes for the waterline to pop a little bit more, and I did my eyebrows off camera. As you can see here, this is looking really, really nice. I also did a little bit of baking on my nose just to snatch her up and barely breathe. What I actually wanted to do, last but not least, because I don't want to drag this too long, we have a couple of other things that I want to bring up to you guys. I'm going to grab a little bit more of the green. I'm going to drag it kind of underneath the waterline on the beginning stages. Just to give it a little bit of like iridescent underneath, a little bit of brightness. I really, really like that. And also what I'm gonna do is with the actual terracotta tone that I have left over on this little brush, I'm just gonna soften that out. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm honestly really, really loving how this is looking. Again, pigments are so, so beautiful. This is an incredible value. If you were to get all of these guys separately, this would be an $109 value. But if you buy this on their website, this is where I found it, you can actually get this for $39, which is savings galore. Now that we have that, love her so much, so good. As you guys can see, like the look turned out just really nice, really beautiful. This is it right here, right now. Obsessed, love it. I feel really, really happy with it. We're actually gonna go and wipe off the baking that I have. And I'm gonna be using the banana powder from Ofra. This guy is $35 and it's 10 grams. It is a set pan. You can actually remove this when the product is over. It's actually really sturdy. But you can remove this as well. Let me try without clawing the Too late. Ugh. I clawed the product. Exactly what I did not want to happen, but you're gonna have to take my word for it because I already have losses because of that. It comes off once your product is out and it's just phenomenal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the same brush that I use for my blush. I'm just gonna pick up some of the product you can see here and I'm gonna dust off, you know, kind of like the powder excess that I have on my face. The banana powder is just really gonna brighten up the skin. It's just gonna look so, so nice. It's also very nice and blurring. It works really nicely. As you can see here, it just pulls everything together really nicely. I do not recommend you to bake with this. I have had instances where I bake with this and I look back and I'm like, that's so yellow underneath my eyes, because it is a pigmented banana powder. So definitely medium to deeper complexions will get the most fabulous use out of this if they wanted to bake. However, medium light to light complexions, it might be a little bit too yellow for you, so beware. Definitely use it more in this type of consistency and you will love it. A couple of cool things about this powder, it is that it's multi-use. They say it has a very light banana scent. Honestly, it's barely there. You can definitely, if you go in and sniff the heck out of it, you can definitely catch the scent. But is it gonna asphyxiate you? No, not at all. To me, it smells like Hubba Bubba banana gum. But it's just very, 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 if you guys have ever tried the Hubba Bubba, is it the Hubba Bubba? I don't know. It used to be like the ones tied like this and you would open it. The banana one was yellow. The regular bubble gum was pink. They were like 15 cents at the time. Girl, it smells just like that, but it's very, very faint. It's actually really, really nice. So let's talk a little bit about the different benefits that you get with this guy. So a couple of things you can do with this is you can conceal your dark circles, you can set your concealer, you can, mattify yourself, but within a highlighted version. So let's say if you wanted to have a highlight that it's gonna be matte, you can use the banana powder and that'll be really, really nice and fresh. You can also set your foundation and also use it as an eyeshadow. So there's so many uses for this. I had to take my notes down because there's just so many good things with this powder in particular. It's blurring, it's smoothing, it just works so well. I love the fact that it's compact and it's pressed in because I can really get a good use and control out of this. I absolutely love it. Like, it's just so good. It's one of my favorite banana powders that I actually own. But again, like I said, it's definitely one of those where you want to kind of soften her out and then apply. If you're more medium to light complexions, if you're more medium deep to deep complexions, have at it, girl, because it's just going to brighten you up and make you look incredible. So this guy in particular is $35, which I absolutely love. It's a good price point. So far, both of these packaging has got my life. And number two, I love the fact that they're recyclable. And number three, I just love how these guys performs. That is the most important part. Also, I think that because of how much emphasis and how much carefulness they're putting into their product, I'm actually really, really happy because it's not as expensive as the quality of the product. So definitely not the most affordable, not the cheapest. However, it's definitely worth the investment. It's one of those brands that it's just extremely satisfying to use. And these guys have actually lasted me a really long time. I've been using them on a couple of videos actually. If you follow us for a little while, you'll see little moments here and there. But I will say that it's never failed me. So I absolutely love how my skin looks with it. It just looks really, really nicely. Again, I would just say loose the goose with a brush. If you're medium light to light complexions, medium deep to deep complexions, you're more welcome to kind of dig in and bake away. So keep that in mind. Now that we have those two guys on there, let's go to the lips, honey. I have my notes for the lips too because, again, I wanted to make sure that I was organized enough to bring you a positive, legit review. So good. I'm gonna line my lips with the Makeup Forever. This is the Artist Color Pencil. She's a little baby at this point now. The shade that I'm using here is Wherever Walnut. I'm just gonna kind of line my lips because the shade that I have is so gorgeous. It's called Bel Air. You guys know I love a good nude lip, and I feel like I don't have enough. Like, you can never have enough nude lips. So I'm gonna start lining my lips. These pencils are so good. Like, they're the type of pencil that glides on you and it's multi-use. Like you can use this as a liner, as a waterline, you can use this as a freckle maker, you can use this for literally anything you need to, and I absolutely love that about these. All right, we're overlined. I drew a little bit inside. This is already looking so good. I'm so excited. Now, as always, Ofra girl, if you're watching, did you subscribe to the channel? You girl that you're watching, did you subscribe to the channel? Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the craziness. And binge watch, honey, it's a thing. Hit the little notification bell, the little like, so I know you are enjoying these videos, and leave a comment down below and to know what you want to see in the future. Now, on these beautiful, long-lasting liquid lips, they have an array of shades. Like they have so many different ones, from the nicest, nudiest to the craziest. And as you can see here, the formula, let me swatch her. Where do I swatch? Let's see. Should I do my finger? I don't know. I have some powder here, but we'll do it here, it's fine. That's the tone right there. It's just very nudie, brownie, very delicious. It's really nice. They dry down a little bit lighter and almost definitely a matte. Now, the formula of this is not drying. It's actually really nourishing, and it's creamy to go on the lips. It's not going to crumble throughout the day, which I literally hate. Thank God. I haven't really had many products that have given me that issue, but this is incredible. I have to put it on for you and show you how good this looks. Is how it looks. Literally one swipe and a half, because I wanted to make it extra pigmented. What I'm going to do, I think this looks really beautiful and really wearable. Of course, the lip liner helps, but I definitely think that if you don't want to use a lip liner, this is a really beautiful shade. What I want to do, just to create a little bit more of a poutiness, a little bit of like kind of lip, I'm just going to go in the corners here, and I'm just going to deepen to create a little bit of more dimension. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna add a little bit more to the center. And just like that, you have a super beautiful, super natural, super wearable ombre lip nude. I absolutely love it. If you wanted to go a step extra, what you can do is you can add a pink gloss, you can do a beige, a peach, a cream, like you can do whatever gloss on top of this, and it's just gonna look so good. Now, something that I love about this lip product is not only that it builds extremely well, but the packaging is super cute. You see how it has the Ofra here, it also has the Ofra here. It's just nice, clean. It's very modern. I absolutely love it. Again, this is Bel Air. Oh, I actually got this in Ulta. I wish they would have had more selections. Literally, this is all they had left. Or Ofra.com, that's where you'll get the best results. Now, a couple of things that I wrote down here just to make sure that I highlighted it. A couple of really nice ingredients in here. It's that it's infused with antioxidants and vitamin A, which is just very rich, very delicious for the life of your lipstick. Also for the life of your lips. It's just incredible, and I absolutely loved this product. It is 8 grams and it costs $20, which I think it's really standard within the beauty industry pricing. I definitely absolutely enjoyed this. I love how this works, how this looks. Like, everything we've used today is just so incredible that I literally can't get enough. But of course, girl, there's more, because this is looking amazing, but we need a little highlight to get our lives together. So let's pull up the beautiful All of the Lights, which is this one right here, and let's highlight my skin, because I literally cannot live my life this matte. All right. I'm just opening my little chest here and looking for the right highlighting brush. Here we go. All right, so a couple of things about this highlighter. It's a highlighter that builds like that. So what do I mean? Definitely take it slow, because if you don't, you're gonna have a little bit of an issue with it looking very, very bright and you feeling a little uncomfortable. Let me put my little mirror here, and I'm gonna first do the pink and the champagne. We're gonna do these guys right here. It builds up very quickly, so I will show you. You can see here, literally with just the tiniest little bit of product, how incredibly blinding this is on the skin. It just looks so, so good. Another really good thing about this product is that it blends really, really nicely. It's not one of those products that it's very, very nice on camera, but in person you're like, ooh, that's stripy, that doesn't look cute. This one actually blends really, really well. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna bring my brush and I'm just kind of swirling on all of them because why not, girl? And then we're just gonna go on top of what we've already created. As you can see here, it's building and it's building very well. Nothing here. And then of course, the gorgeous, wet looking, incredible highlight. Literally guys, I have an obsession with these. I cannot handle it. I'm just gonna go back in with my brush. And another thing that I really love about these highlighters in particular is that again, you can do whatever you feel. If you don't wanna go like this, you can just touch it very gently, soften it out, and that's the end of that. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to, boom, boom, boom. It's very doable. It's very much customizable, which I really, really like. Another part that I do is a little bit on my forehead here, because I want to look like I ran a little bit, just like I ran after a sale or something, just to soften her out. And again, I'm just placing it. I'm gonna blend a little bit here in a second, but I just want to kind of like place it so you guys can see how it's just like, hello, how incredible this looks. It's just astonishing to me. Okay, so that's part of the face. As you can see here, it blends just really, really seamlessly and it builds really, really nicely. It's just like, again, so good, guys. Like, this is one of my favorites as well. They have a very large selection of highlighters, so have at it because it's so good. I mean, on its own, it just looks incredible, but this just brings the life. It just looks so incredible. So I'm just gonna go back in, pick it up, picking it up. I'm gonna go on this side. You see like instant payoff. Very little to no pressure in order to get the nice blend, because if not, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. It's mathematical. I have to like measure, go back and forth. I'm gonna go a little bit on the brow bone. I'm gonna grab this guy right here. Do we have anything on? No, we don't. And I'm gonna grab this champagne tone right here, and I'm gonna pop it in my inner corner. Beautiful, very, very nice. I'm gonna take off a little bit of the excess and make sure that I'm happy with the blend that I've got going on. And what I'm gonna do just to make sure that this is looking like so good. Like, I can't handle how literally bright this highlighter is. It's just so crazy how bright and beautiful it is. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of the cream shadow back on the palette and soften and blend the brow bone with the highlight, because I don't want the highlight to be extremely taking over. I want it to be like, oh, hello, what's going on? Like, oh, all right. So last but not least, we're gonna mist the skin just to settle everything in. And as you can see, like, it almost like disappears, and then when the light hits it, it's just like, ooh, ah, boom, boom, pa, ooh, ba, da, ta, 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 pa, ew, ew, pam, pam, pam. Like, it's just so good. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys. So that is as much as I've got going on for you today. If you guys want to see more of the Ofra products, leave a comment down below, because I do have more. Believe it or not, I have a couple of more highlighters. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there right here, right now. And Ofra girl, again, if you're watching, subscribe to the channel. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It has been such a blast presenting these incredibly beautiful products to you guys. I hope you loved what we've done today. If you loved it, hate it, whatever, leave it in the comment down below. And girl, binge watch. You know it's a thing. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.